Hello to Eagle's online Toastmasters Club. It's a real privilege to be asked to be part of your meeting today. I have had a challenge in that the day that your meeting is taking place, I'm attending a district conference in District 74, which is in Southern Africa, and the venue for the conference is in the middle of the mountains and the Wi-Fi signal is not reliable. So I've taken the liberty of recording this video to be played during the meeting in lieu of me being there at the time that you are meeting. I want to congratulate you on being part of such an innovative club in Africa. I think we need many, many more clubs just like yours that are pushing the boundaries and that are using technology to achieve their goals. I was asked to share a bit about my own Toastmasters journey with you. My name is Aletta Rochat. I'm currently the Region 11 advisor, and Region 11 is Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. I've been a Toastmaster for 8 years now, and when I joined, I had no idea that this leadership journey lay ahead of me. I joke that I joined to run away from my children. I had been a full-time mother for another number of years. I've got 3 beautiful children, and I wanted to do something that was just for me. And I'd always loved public speaking, and I had done quite a bit of that, both as a student at school and in my career, but I had never even met somebody who was a Toastmaster. So I went into my very first meeting knowing very little. But what I saw on display there was so inspiring. I saw people who could inspire an audience, who could make them laugh, who could persuade them, and who did it in such a professional way. And immediately I knew that I wanted to learn to do what these people were doing. And I joined. And I've never ever looked back. I am a distinguished Toastmaster, and the journey to becoming a distinguished Toastmaster is one that will teach you many, many skills. I think if I look back on my journey, it's obviously not just the speaking, not just doing the 40 speeches that you need to do to get there, but it's a journey of learning from each and every evaluation you get, from becoming involved in your club, from becoming involved beyond your club. And that is really where the learning takes place. I have a habit in life, and that is one of always raising my hand when someone asks for someone to volunteer for something. And sometimes that gets me into trouble because I do far more than I should. But that is where the reward lies, is giving of yourself. When you come into Toastmasters, you're thinking of just about what you can get out of the journey. But to grow as a leader, you have to learn to give. And it starts by being a timer at your club, volunteering for an evaluation, or perhaps running a table topic session. It then extends to learning how to run your club and be part of your committee. And the skills you learn there and the skills you learn as you learn to work as a team are skills that you take with you when you go to the workplace, when you try and get a new client, when you go back to your family, when you go to your place of worship. I have become a better mother, a better wife as a result of being a Toastmaster. And for me, the most surprising return on investment of my time and my money being a Toastmaster has been the ability to start running my own business. When I joined Toastmasters, I had no idea that there was something called a professional speech coach, but that is what I am now. And it's all as a direct result of being a Toastmaster. And as I started helping people and mentoring them through their first few speeches as part of a leadership assignment, people outside of the organization approached me and said, "Can you help me?" And that's how the journey started. So no matter where you are in your journey towards being a distinguished Toastmaster, I encourage you to find a mentor, to find out what the exact next step is, and to take that bold step and do something that's uncomfortable. Because it's only when we extend ourselves beyond our comfort zone that we learn, that we grow, and that we are challenged. I encourage you to take every leadership opportunity you can, both within your club and outside of the club. To give you a bit of a context for my own leadership journey, I hadn't even been a Toastmaster for 2 years. And I was looking for some information about Toastmasters Day, which we celebrate every year. And when I looked in our district website, the information was completely out of date. And I have a marketing background, so I knew that I had something to give. So I very cheekily put my name into the nominations process, and I was elected. And boy, then I had to learn. But that journey was amazing, and it was only by my stepping outside of my comfort zone that I made progress. That eventually led me to become district governor for District 74 and now region advisor. And each step of the way, I keep learning. I keep learning more about myself. I keep learning more about working in a team. And those skills I've been able to monetize by starting my own business. So the journey is worth it. If I had to give you my top 3 tips, I would say the most powerful leadership tool that I have been able to access and develop is that of validation. In Toastmasters and in the rest of your life, everything that you need to do in conjunction with other people. And many, many times you have to work as part of a team. And I found the more I validated my team, the more the team dynamic became more positive, and the more people wanted to work with me. Validation is powerful. We all need to hear that what we are doing is valued and recognized. Validate someone for showing up regularly. Validate them for holding you to account, even if they sometimes ask the difficult questions. Validate them for going out of their comfort zone. Validate them for their personal, unique style that adds value to the team. I would also encourage you to always remember that people have a life outside of that team. And one of the most powerful conversation starters I've ever come across was the question, how is life treating you? And I start with that before I start asking people to do things or chase them for deadlines. Because when people answer that question, often they'll tell you about struggles in their life or challenges they are facing currently, that if you didn't ask, you wouldn't know why they're not able to deliver on a deadline. But maybe their child is sick, maybe they've lost a parent, maybe they themselves have just been retrenched. And those are things that if you know about and understand the context that person is operating from, you can have a great deal of empathy and you can connect with them in a way that you wouldn't connect with them if you hadn't have asked that question in the first place. So for me, it's always about the people first and then about the task. The other story that I have found works really well is my own personal story. So when I challenge someone to do their first speech, to deliver their CC1 at their club, I share a little bit about how I felt when I delivered my CC1. And I can tell you I was more scared about the evaluation and getting that in public than I was about the speech. And what you do when you share your personal story is you become more human to the people you're working with. And it helps us connect in a way that we wouldn't connect if we just said to them, do your first speech. So all along the way, imagine how they're feeling as a leader stepping into a new role and share how you felt as a leader stepping into a new role. Your journey towards DTM will have its frustrations. It will be challenging at times. But I encourage you to persevere, to carry on, to take that next step. And by keeping going and planning your journey and sharing, in the process you contribute not only to yourself, but to your club, your division, and your district. And I always say my time in Toastmasters has an impact on me, on my family, on my career, on my community. And that's exactly the same impact you're going to have as you embark on your journey towards being a distinguished Toastmaster. I want to congratulate you once again on being part of an innovative new club that's pushing the boundaries and that's bringing the Toastmasters experience to more people by virtue of it being online. I look forward to hearing your successes, and I look forward to meeting many of you personally when I come to my visit in District 94 at the end of October and beginning of November. It is my privilege to be your region advisor. It's a huge privilege for me to be part of this